Here's the thing. Almost everyone will tell you that consuming content is a great way to learn English or get better or practice English, and that is true. Of course, consuming content will not replace actual, studying, grammar and practicing with vocabulary in written forms and spoken forms. But listening is another skill that also needs work because you want to be able to understand people when they talk to you. And you want to be able to consume content that you love. So how do you improve your English with listening or consuming content? Today we're talking about that. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, because I, try to post frequently when it works out. And if you want to take your English to the next level, I have a big catalog of online courses for many different levels and reasons that you can take if you want to learn with me. My most popular courses are from elementary to intermediate if you're just starting out, from intermediate to advanced if you're stuck in that intermediate level and you can't seem to move and you really want to, and pronunciation hacking, which is my most popular course where I basically teach you everything you need to know about pronunciation so you can be confident and feel beautiful and sexy when you speak English. That's all what we all want. Plus I have a TOEFL course, so whatever you need, I got it. Just, check it out. I'm gonna link everything in the description box down below. And now let's move on to the video. Now, when it comes to listening, of course, it's a great way to practice English and improve your English, and there are two main ways you can do that. However, before any of that even takes place, you need to understand one simple thing, and that is you need to consume content, watch and listen to stuff you truly enjoy, that stuff that you're interested in yourself. You can't just get recommendations like, oh, this show is great for learning English, like Friends, for example, right? It's a great show and I love it, but not everyone does. And you may find it, boring or, it's just not something that you enjoy. So you don't have to force yourself to watch it just because somebody told you that it's great for, learning English. I think it is, but if you don't like it, then it's not for you. So you always want to make sure you are interacting with content that you enjoy, because in those moments, you kind of want to forget that you're a student of English and just be a real person watching something you want to watch. Now, here's the deal. There are two main ways you can interact with content in that way. You just watch as a viewer to just get through it and you don't stop, or you put it in the background. That's helpful too. You're getting used to the way it sounds and you're, trying your best to figure it out without necessarily paying too much attention. Or if you're confused about something, you don't stop. You just try to guess what it is and you move on. You just watch it as a normal viewer, not a student of English. That's valuable, that's helpful, it has the right to exist, and there's time and place for that as well. So don't feel guilty if you are just, tired after school or work and you're not really feeling like you want to sit down and actually study, but you want to watch something, at least to do something. That's a great way to do it as well. So just, you can just watch without worrying about it. That's way number one, and you should do it too. Now, way number two is a little more detailed and a little more nuanced, and of course requires just a little more time. So you're not going to be able to get through the content as quickly as you would doing it, using the first way. But it is sort of like the learner's way to watch something, and you interact with content, but you also analyze it and you learn from it. Because when you're watching something or listening to something that you are interested in, you will encounter a lot of vocabulary or expressions that will be useful to you, because if you are enjoying this, that means you're interested in it, that means you will be talking about it. Or if it's a show that makes you feel good or a movie that you really enjoy, there will be something there that you can steal and just use it in your own English. And for that, you will be a little more sort of, conscious of what you're doing. And when you find something interesting, find something you think could be useful or something you don't know, you will stop and you will do research, break it down, write it down, take a picture of subtitles, or, write it down in your notes on your phone, or whatever the case may be. Now, of course, it's a little more work and it may not be as enjoyable as the first way is, but it's also very, very valuable because you are doing it sort of like in real life. You're not learning from a book, you are learning from real life. And obviously movies and TV shows are not real life, but watching movies and TV shows is real life. So you are learning as regular or any other person would. Think of a native speaker, right? Native speakers don't know all the words in English, obviously. just like you don't in your native language as a native speaker. So sometimes, native speakers watch something and there's a word they didn't know before. They will stop and they will look it up and they will learn it, and then they will decide if they want to use it or not. And that's a very natural way to acquire vocabulary. So you can do it in the same way, and you can learn from content that you actually enjoy watching and something that, kind of sort of feels like you're doing something for fun in your spare time, but you're also learning from it. And I found a great service that I'm actually using myself to make my Korean better. And this service is called Lingo Pie. So Lingo Pie is basically a service that turns watching content into an educational experience if you need it to be. And I don't know why all of these big popular streaming services don't create this feature, because I think it would be so cool. But dual subtitles are kind of awesome because you can actually see two lines of subtitles on the screen, one in English and one in your native language, so that associating things can be much quicker and you don't have to do much to, find out what's going on. Plus, you can analyze the difference in like the sentence structure and all of that stuff. We say it this way, but in English it's this way. It's a great tool. And Lingo Pie does have that. They have dual subtitles, which is super convenient. Plus, those subtitles are interactive. So if you're watching something and there's a word you're not sure about, you can literally just click on it and it will show you the information about the word, the definition, the translation, whatever you need. And they actually take it a step further. You can create a list or a catalog of all those words that you clicked on, and you can review and do little practice exercises with the content where you found the word, so that you're learning in context and you can create those connections with, visual, situational, and the actual vocabulary. And check this out. You could potentially watch stuff in your native language for fun, but have those dual subtitles and see English translations of your native language content, which is really cool. I think it's really awesome, and I actually reached out to the team at Lingo Pie myself to make this video for you, and I have my own special link that you can use to sign up for Lingo Pie and start using it. And it's an affiliate link, so you are doing what you want to do for your English and for fun, and you will also be supporting me, which would be really, really nice. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Use my link to sign up for Lingo Pie. I think it's really awesome, and I'm actually using it a lot now to watch K-dramas. So in a way, I'm a language learner too, and I think this is really, really awesome, and it's helping me a bunch, and I really wanted to bring it to your attention as well. So yeah, keep listening, keep watching stuff, and make sure, that's the most important thing, I'm gonna repeat it. It has to be something that you enjoy, not something that someone told you to watch because it's good and it helped them. Find stuff that you enjoy, watch what you wanna watch, and make your English better by just, having fun and learning from things you actually care about. You know what I mean? All right, well, this is it for this quick video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this type of content in terms of advice and things you can do and how to do them to train different skills, give this video a quick thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching. This has been English with Venya, a channel where we level up and never look back. Enjoy content, sign up for Lingo Pie, and also, check out my online courses if you want to take it to the next level. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.